Yo! Alex, have I ever told you about that time I nearly got the whole entire school suspended?
No, you never told me.
Alright. So,
Hey, so tell
Alex.
me what happened, dog.
So, basically, near like 2 or 3 months into the school year, me and my buddy Johan. You know who Johan is?
Yeah. Hey, I don't know if... Never mind, I thought it was different.
Yeah, there are two Johans.
There's two Johans, I don't know. Uh-huh.
Okay, so Johan, he's basically this like 4'2" gremlin. He follows me around. He plays basketball. He's pretty good at it. But basically,
are you better than him?
Way better at everything, actually. But basically, one morning during our I think it was social etiquette class or social education class, whatever. We were like
SEL.
Yeah, SEL. We were like sat next to each other, and the teacher told us to bring out our Chromebooks, our little laptops out. But he closed my laptop because like I let him like that because you know I let him. But today I decided not to because like I'm not gonna take that from nobody. So I closed his bag, and then we just spent the entire hour and a half of class just closing each other's Chromebooks and reopening them, trying to sign each other in. And we just kept doing this every art class. or every SEL class, whatever. Until like a month or like 6 or 7 weeks before school ends. We were doing it during a non-SEL day where it says homeroom in the morning instead of social.
So like a Tuesday? What day?
Like, I'm pretty sure it was like a Thursday. No, it was a Monday.
It can't be the Monday.
Yeah, no. It was definitely Tuesday, I think. But like, we were doing our thing, closing each other's Chromebooks as per usual. And me and Johan, we get really competitive. So like, whenever we do something, I have to prove that I'm better than him at it. You know, I have to sit him down, make sure he knows his place. Little bro, very little, 4'2", little gremlin, follows me around. But basically, Tuesday, we were closing each other's Chromebooks as per usual because he did it first. And then, oh shoot, no, wait. We were in groups because in homeroom, our teacher breaks us up into groups. I was in a group with two other kids, Michael and Johan and Bronny and me and Roberto. So basically, Michael is practically same as your boy Alex over here. Thank you, clap. But Bronny, he's a monkey. I'm not gonna lie. He likes fried chicken way too much. And Roberto, he has spent the entire school year, sending pictures that are less than family friendly, such as Sonic Toes. That was his favorite. He searched that up on everybody's Chromebook, and on everybody's. But in this certain group, I forget who started it, but somebody closed me and Johan's Chromebook, and so then we just went at it, and other boys saw us, and they said, "What are you doing?" And then Johan said, "Chromebook Wars." I didn't know it had a name, so then we were like, "Awesome, sawsome," because that's something we say, obviously. Everybody says that, right? Everybody says that. But then we started to, like get in, and we all started to turn off each other's Chromebooks. So that was 5 entire kids turning off each other's Chromebooks.
What was the teacher saying? She didn't see it?
I was about to get to that. Since we were 5 entire kids turning off our Chromebooks, she obviously started to notice on Go Guardian that our Chromebooks kept turning on and off, especially me. So then she asked me, "John, weren't you just on Schoology? Why is your Chromebook off?" I said, I'm done with my work. That's why. Then she noticed that Roberto and Bronny's were also turning off. And they said it was just a glitch since they had already signed back in by the time that the teacher came.
Uh-huh.
So she called IT over.
She's Miss Erin, bro. She calls IT for everything.
I know, bro. And Mr. Moore, the basketball coach, bro. Yeah.
I got. Keep going.
But the teacher basically calls in tech support. Our school's tech support. We call it IT. She calls it them in. He looks at the Chromebook and he says that shouldn't be happening at all. That usually doesn't happen, obviously, since it was a blatant lie by a bunch of kids.
Mhm.
So that obviously shouldn't be happening.
And then what else happened?
So then after IT, we just start capping. We started capping our bus off, and eventually we got IT to leave. But at least that's what I thought. Me being me, I decided to turn around next to Bronny and shove his Chromebook closed. And when the teacher went back to sit down and IT was halfway through the door, she said, "Hold on a second, Bronny, why is your Chromebook closed?" And the main excuse that we had been using was that we've been restarting our computers because the mouse was frozen, and that it always happened. But that didn't work anymore, so Michael and Bronny decided to switch Chromebooks. Right? They switched Chromebooks, and then IT, halfway through the door, 180, back into the classroom. Nobody knew what was going on.
Which IT was it? Like,
it was the short black one with the gut. But eventually all of them walked in. That's it.
Oh, all of them?
Yeah.
The white one, the tall white one,
the tall white one especially, bro. He was popping on.
Keep going.
He looks like that one dad from
Caroline.
Caroline.
Keep going.
So Michael and Bronny, they switched their Chromebooks, and they start capping again. They start making every excuse in the book for IT to leave. But it's not that simple anymore. IT wants to know what's the cause of the glitch, since it just happened twice in a row to Bronny. But apparently, now that they're looking, it didn't, because Bronny's Chromebook is back open again because they switched with Michael's already open Chromebook. So Michael was the one with the one that was turned off.
Bronny's actual computer.
But on Go Guardian, it said that Bronny's computer was off, but they looked and he had his Chromebook on because it was Michael's Chromebook, and they had switched. And so they started to pop off. Okay.
Who, the
IT all went back to their little headquarters. They all started talking, and the class was all murmuring. What happened? And the teacher, she was all like, "I'm gonna get an investigation called because I can do that whenever I want." Yada yada yada. And I'm the teacher.
She called Mistake?
No. It was purely IT. Mistake probably knew, but it was all Mistake. The word investigation. Mistake probably knew, but it was all IT. Mistake's the principal.
And then, like, what else happened?
So, oh my god. So, IT went back. They started planning, and the word investigation, that's scary to a bunch of little the little middle schoolers, and so the whole class was starting to go off. And then we started to get the idea that the investigation meant that they were gonna check our Google Drives and search history. This sent Roberto into a complete shock, because as you know, he has been the one searching up the non-family friendly things such as Sonic Toes and downloading pictures that he found funny on the internet, like Fat Mario or like stuff like that. But he was searching them up and leaving them up on other people's Chromebook. especially Bronny, because he's a little chicken muncher, melon muncher. So basically, I had thrown half the class because Roberto really got around searching up on people's Chromebooks. The entire class, really, because everybody had been like playing games and on while the teacher wasn't looking, and like searching
up. Everyone was gonna get in trouble.
Everybody was gonna get in trouble.
Even the smart kids.
Even this, I had more than enough contraband because me and Roberto were very close, and he had done it every time I went to go use the bathroom or get water. And I'm very thirsty. I drink lots of water. Oh no, thank you.
Then what else happened?
So Roberto, he starts melting, bro. Like he's on the verge of crying. No joke. And because he's a little bit special, he's used to like walking out on class, flipping out, yelling in the middle of class, doing all that. So he goes to sit in the corner, and me and Johan try to calm him down while Michael and Bronny are over there trying to explain what happened to the rest of the class. While the teacher is just trying to get a hold of IT because they're still in the little
closet.
in their little closet. Eventually, Roberto, he's out of it. He's like, you can't believe what I just did. Oh, why did you do that? Why would you close Bronny's Chromebook while IT was there? Direct quotes, by the way. He sounds just like that.
And then like what else? Like what did the people say? Like the other students.
I had no idea till I started telling people. Just my little friend group, Mike, Zadio, and Zalix. Basically, they didn't care until I explained that they might be searching history, but because they didn't really know who started it, they just knew that.
Did people get in trouble? Let's just keep going with your story.
IT basically comes back. The tall white dude from Caroline and the chubby little white dude or black dude. They both walk in, and the black little dude is standing next to him like his little henchman with his arms folded down by his side, and he starts having an entire speech talking about how most of the stuff is quote unquote illegal on our Chromebooks and can be banned. And he knew that about all the games and all the wacky stuff that we've been doing because they have an entire little... Because they had an entire little archive, basically. A live, updated archive. I swear teachers be doing too much. But they had an entire archive of everything that we've been doing. For like the start of the year. Yeah. Since the start of the year. They could see everything.
Everything?
Yes. But they didn't really care about the games unless they caught you in the moment. Because during the school year, they've been like walking in the classrooms and catching people playing games. And then they go back to the little den and block the games.
Yeah, that's what they do.
They literally block games.
They look at the site and then they go back to the room. Oh, they blocked it.
Exactly, bro. But they haven't been doing that like over the archive.
Oh yeah.
Because it doesn't matter since it didn't happen. It already passed. Basically, is what I'm trying to say.
So like no one got in trouble?
Not for the search history, but
did Brondy get in trouble?
I like to
say
the teacher, the teacher, our homeroom teacher, the Spanish teacher. She's kind of new to teaching. So she's kind of like amateur, I would say. What I'm trying to say is that she has a lot of favorites, and it just so happens that Johan and his little friend group were all her favorites. Mainly the girls, but Johan and his friend group were the favorites.
Were you the favorite?
Yes. Because I was the smart kids, bro. I'm with the smart kids.
So who was the least favorite?
Roberto.
For?
Yeah.
Just Roberto?
She used to pick on Bronny for no reason. Like she was so bipolar with it. Like she would, like, like, Gandhi would be sitting next to Johan doing his work, and me and Michael and Johan were all talking together, and then she get Gandhi in trouble because he's sitting next to us. So basically did that for the rest of the year. For the entire year. But he was still her favorite, even though he was, in her eyes, a troublemaker.
Oh.
So, nobody really got in trouble, per se. But they did threaten cops on us, which is crazy to me.
You heard?
What?
I got one story.
What is it?
Big situation.
Ooh. That's an entire another episode. Actually, this episode has been pretty short. So, we might hate you guys with 2 stories in one.
2 stories in one, then?
Alright.
Let's go on.
With that, we're gonna hit you with that commercial break. We love money, right?
No.
Money is the best. Yeah. Yo!
So, John, did I ever tell you the situation that happened with the rocket ship drawing?
No.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you. So, right, Spanish class.
Spanish.
So it's me, William, Derek, Jeremy, and Jalen. We're all in that back corner. You know the sink in Spanish class?
Yeah, but like, who are these people? Who's William and Jay?
Oh, they're like from my class.
Can you describe them to me?
Derek is a tall white guy.
White?
Yeah, he's white. Kind of Asian.
Oh, the Guatemalan kid?
Yeah, the Guatemalan. And then William, light skin, pulls every single girl in the class.
Oh, I know him.
And then Jay, the one that gets mad for everything, anger issues.
Yeah, I think he might be a little special.
And then Jeremy, the gay one, completely gay.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that, YouTube.
So, right? It was Spanish class. No more day.
Normal day.
Hey, we get lit, we do our work, we finish. I finish. You know Mr. T, right?
Yeah.
He comes to pick his students up. He picks up me, Jay, and William. We go upstairs, right? We do our work. Like half, 30 minutes more. Guess who we see at the door?
Who?
Mr. Moore.
The basketball coach.
Mr. Moore and his friend.
Yeah.
You see Mr. Moore and his friend. We see his friend and him. He's like, Miss Erin wants to talk to you guys. Miss Erin wants to talk to you. I was like, what did we do? I'm like, yo, if I better not get in trouble. We go downstairs. Miss Erin comes down. Wait. Miss Erin comes down. Like, we go down, and then what happened in your classroom? Because it was in your classroom.
I have no recollection of this, bro.
Remember the rocket ship drawing?
Cut that. Blur that out.
Remember Emily snitched?
Ooh. I remember what you're talking about, but like, I just don't remember it happening in my class. What happened?
Yeah, cause like Emily snitched.
I know that Emily snitched and all that, and how I started hating on her mid class. Like the teacher, like we were popcorn reading, I would always choose her, stuff like that. Spitting her food. What?
And then after she goes to her, she says, "Who drew that? Who drew the rocket ship?" And it was on my desk. The rocket ship was on my desk. I was like, yo, I did not do anything. And then I was like, yo, I did not do anything. And guess what I see laughing at me?
Who?
Derek. And I was like, and then he was still like, oh, come in here. Come, do you know the empty library?
Yeah.
He brings us in there. He says, oh, who else was back there? He said, us three, Jeremy and Derek, and the girls. he said, name the girls. I said Grady's, Chantel, and Nylea. And then she said, oh, girls, the girls were not driving. Rocket ships.
Wieners.
And then I said, what? And then he said, oh, who are the boys again? Derek and Jeremy. And then they come in. We're like this. And he's like, who draw the rocket ship? Who draw the rocket ship? And he said to me, did you draw the rocket ship? I said, no. He said to William, did you draw the rocket ship? He said, Jeremy. Did you draw it? Did you draw it? He said, Gideon. Did you draw it? We all said no. And he's like, you sure about that? And then Gideon said, oh, I did it. Like, no, like, he did it. Like, he said, oh, I did it. And he said, someone said, put on your mama.
Yo, Mr. Moore's low key like that though.
He said, put on your mama. He said, never mind. And then he says, I did it for my team. He said, I did it for my team. And then he got us all of us in trouble. He said, so you guys are a team now. And then he's like, so you guys are a team now. And then he made us get a piece of paper and draw our name. Draw our name on a piece of paper.
So Jay was all like, no, I was just raising up my hand because I didn't want anybody else on my team to get in trouble?
Yes.
Oh.
Something like that. And we draw their name. And he said, I know who it is. And then he said,
oh, because he's trying to see your handwriting.
Yeah, we all wrote our name. And then he said, oh, I know who it is. If you don't tell me who it is, I'm going to call Miss Tate. And then he said, no one said it like for a couple minutes. He said, oh, she coming. Yo, oh, and then he said, if you guys keep doing that,
Miss Tate or Mr. Moore?
Mr. Moore said, if you guys keep doing that, all of y'all gonna get expelled.
Expelled.
And then he said, just tell me that. Just tell me who did it. And I said, just tell me who did it. I'm like, I did not do it. Right, you saw me crying, right? We were all crying. Were you crying?
Like, y'all were scared, bro. Like, during lunch, like...
During lunch, you stupid?
Or, no, like, when you came back during lunch, it was like...
It was dismissal.
No, like, after.
What you mean?
Because I didn't know until lunch, until you guys told me.
Oh, yeah, you didn't know. And then I was crying, William was crying, Jeremy was crying, Jalen was crying. Derek was the most susses, bro. Most susses, bro, I'm telling you. The most susses, bro.
Most susses?
He was not crying, but he was like this.
I'm like that too in situations, bro. Because, like, during my story, I had, like, a tight face, bro. Like, I was just absorbing all the information. No, but I was guilty during that story, so maybe he was too. We don't know yet.
And then Mr. Moore started calling him Triple D.
Oh, yeah. Because, like, even though he didn't get in trouble.
Derek draws rocket ships.
Yeah. Wait, he was the one that did?
I don't know. At this point, we didn't know.
Oh.
But Mr. Moore,
so Mr. Moore always thought that it was Derek.
Yeah, but we don't know if it's him. We don't know who still did it. What should be Emily that did it? You don't know.
Weird, bro. Because, like, they didn't even check the other classes, no? Because, like,
no, they just
all the other classes also use those desks.
Now, where did you? No, because we were the class, right? We were the class, and then we left to our homeroom, and then it was
you were the last class that used those desks.
Yes,
bro. They could have just been blind.
And then after that happened, I was scared. I was crying, and then Spadero said, "Why are you guys crying?" And then we told her, and then she said, "Okay." And then Brianna, they all saw us crying. That was the only time I cried in school. Were you there that day?
I feel like I remember seeing your face like all red and stuff.
Yo, Brianna was like, Derek, why are you getting your friends in trouble? Like, just say it was you, bro.
I remember Derek wanted me to go to Miss Chase's office with him, but I turned around last second. The second he walked in, I just like immediately.
Oh yeah, and then they called all of it. It was like a whole separate week. They were though it was home. They called Chantel downstairs, like to tell her what she was doing. She goes back up. Then they called Grady's. Grady says what she was doing, and then they called Chanel, and then tell Chanel what they were doing. Then they call Derek. Derek said, tells her what we were doing. Him and Jeremy were being gay.
I remember this part.
And then, then they called Jeremy. And then Jay said, oh, me, William, and Alex were upstairs. And then William, and Jay were all good. And then they made Jeremy and Derek use pen. Not pencil, pen.
Was the wiener in pen?
No, it wasn't pencil. And then after...
Oh, wait, I think I know why. Cause the desks, they're like softer, so like the pencil would feel like a pen. And pens, you know how like they slide on the paper, like less rough than pencils?
I know, but now Mr. Moore made them use pen.
Yeah.
And
Would Mr. Moore use pen?
They made Jeremy use pen and...
Okay. Yeah, I understand that.
And then they can't be together. Jeremy and one has to be in the front of the line, one has to be in the back of the line.
That's so extra for no reason, though. Like they didn't even do it together.
No, they were together then. They were being gay in the back. Jeremy was humping on them.
Oh, that's why.
See, bro? It was actually, that day was actually scary.
Nah, but they would never do that to Justin and Sarah. The amount of teachers that have seen Justin and Sarah kissing.
So guys, this is gonna be the end.
Nice episode. Nice.
No, this episode, it was kind of...
I'm not,
it was good.
It didn't hit the 30-minute mark, but still good. Yeah. Well, good night. We all love you. YouTube, please give us more money. We really like that.